ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। ॐ ध्यानश्लोकम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ददामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दयतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता मुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेणवहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला। अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकर दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ अतः पञ्चमोऽध्यायः अर्जुन उवाच सन्न्यासं कर्मणां कृष्ण पुनर्योगं च शंससि यच्छ्रेय एतयोरेकं तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितं श्रीभगवानुवाच सन्न्यासः कर्मयोगश्च निःश्रेयसकरावुभौ तयोस्तु कर्मसन्न्यासात् कर्मयोगो विशिष्यते ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते सांख्ययोगौ पृथक् बालाः प्रवदन्ति न पंडिताः एकमप्यास्थितः सम्यक् उभयोर्विन्दते फलं यत्साङ्ख्यैः प्राप्यते स्थानं तद्योगैरपि गम्यते एकं साङ्ख्यं च योगं च यः पश्यति स पश्यति सन्न्यासस्तु महाबाहो दुःखमाप्तुमयोगतः योगयुक्तो मुनिर्ब्रह्म न चिरेणाधिगच्छति योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मभूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन् ब्रह्मण्यादाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा कायेन मनसा बुद्ध्या केवलैरिन्द्रियैरपि योगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति सङ्गं त्यक्त्वात्मशुद्धये युक्तः कर्मफलं त्यक्त्वा शान्तिमाप्नोति नैष्ठिकीम् अयुक्तः कामकारेण फले सक्तो निबध्यते सर्वकर्माणि मनसा सन्न्यस्यास्ते सुखं वशी नवद्वारे पुरे देहि नैव कुर्वन्न कारयन् न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः न कर्मफलसंयोगं स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानं तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः ज्ञानेन ततज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषान्नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानः तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः गच्छन्त्यपुनरावृत्तिं ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः विद्याविनयसम्पन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः इहैव तैर्जितः सर्गः येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः न प्रेष्य तत्प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् प्राप्य च प्रियं स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढः ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः बाह्यस्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा विन्द्यत्यात्मनि यत्सुखं स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा सुखमक्षयमश्नुते ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः शक्नोति हैव यः सोढुं प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात् कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगं स युक्तः स सुखी नरः योऽन्तः सुखोऽन्तरारामः तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव यः स योगी ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं ब्रह्मभूतोऽधिगच्छति लभन्ते ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं ऋषयः क्षीणकल्मषाः छिन्नद्वैधायतात्मानं सर्वभूतहितो हिते रताः कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनां यतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनां स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यां चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समाकृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छाभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। So the fifth chapter started with the query which Arjuna had, and this time the query was on the lifestyle. Should I go to sannyasa ashrama or should I continue in grihastha ashrama and do my kshatriya dharma? And Bhagavan very clearly answered that. He says, sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasa karabubau tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Both of them are a path which will be the best for any person. But if you compare both of them, karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa. This is a very specific advice given in the context to Arjuna. Especially it has to be all considered, Dharma Shastra and all this have to be considered with the context. If you take it on absolute, it is not a spiritual statement. So when someone says that I have 2 children, one of them always comes first, that doesn't mean that the other child is not brilliant. That other child doesn't come first, but maybe coming second all the time. So, or maybe intermittently first also. So we have to understand it properly, that why he is saying it, that among the two paths, karma yoga is better for you. For you as specific, it has to be considered here. Then he clarifies that. He says, Nyeyassa nitya sannyasi na dveshti na kankshati. So when someone says that sannyasa is not the ashrama, sannyasa is samamnyasa. Na dveshti na kankshati. Okay. Nitya sannyasi nirdvando bhavati. So if you are going to be a nirdvandva, na dveshti na kankshati, sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Very easily you will be able to attain the same what if you will leave this particular lifestyle and go to sannyasa ashrama, whatever you will achieve, the same thing you will achieve in grihastha ashrama. So it is not the ashrama, the setup which is important, it is the mindset which is important than the setup. Based on your own preferences, you can choose the setup. But in both the setup, you need to have the same mindset. So, it is like if the Prime Minister is in India, he is still the Prime Minister. If the Prime Minister goes and represents India outside India, he is still the Prime Minister of India. The setup has changed. The way how he will behave may change a little, but his mindset cannot change because he is the Prime Minister of India. Same way, if you are a Nitya Sannyasi, it doesn't matter whether you are in Grihastha Ashrama or Sannyasa Ashrama. What is important is Nitya Sannyasitvam should be there. That mind should be na dveshti, na kankshati, nirdvandvaha. This is the eligibility for moksha, and that is available in both the lifestyle. For that, there is only how many paths? Two paths, correct? Two paths. One is karma yoga, one is jnana yoga, correct? So we can stop here then. They are not two paths, they are two lifestyles. Path is only one. There is only one path. In one path, preparatory is karma yoga, then jnana yoga. Path is one, lifestyles are two. Don't confuse path and lifestyle. So how many paths are there? One path. How many lifestyles are there? Two. I can be a father in Grihastha Ashrama. Even if I take sannyasa, I still continue to be a father so far as my children are there. I can, no one that which is already determined biologically, how can you stop it? You can mentally detach, but that you cannot stop it. So same way, path is only one. You have to understand that based on the setup. Now why setup is given? Chemistry, physics, mathematics, biology is there in everyday's life in whatever we do. You can see that it is there. But still I have a preference towards physics or chemistry. That is why I learned that more. That doesn't mean because I am learning physics, there is no biology in my life. My whole body is biology. Correct? So based on what my liking is, where easily I can learn, I choose that setup. But that doesn't mean that the other one is not there or other one is of a lower order. So you can choose your setup the way you want. The path is only one. Clear? Then he clarifies it further in the next shloka. He says, Sankhya yogo prithak balaha pravadanti na pandita. Okay. Na panditaha ye balaha prithak prithak sankhya cha yogaha iti vartante. They will always say, this is sankhya, this is yoga, this is this lifestyle, this is this lifestyle, this you have to do this, you shouldn't do this. Aisa rehna chahiye, aisa hona chahiye, this is pravritti marga, this is nivritti marga. One who does not understand the purpose of both are only looking at it from superficial setup and telling these two are different. And for those people who tell these are different, like when you ask a child, they will very innocently say, no, this is only there, this is not there. Huh? but as elderly we know both are there. Then you will, based on the, without keeping that child not feeling bad, you say yes, 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 only this is there. Balaha. Saha pravadanti, natu panditaha. But one who knows it will never accept it this way. They may show off within the crowd that yes, this is only correct, pravritti is only correct, nivritti is only correct. Why? They don't want to disturb the known established thought process of people. Okay, na buddhi bedam janayet, very clearly. So they will not do buddhi bedam. But internally they know very clearly, whichever you choose, it is your choosing as per your preference. So when I go to a marriage, and in the marriage there is a buffet, you have various counters. All the counter finally will lead to one path, taste and filling the stomach. But I go to different setup based on which I like, which is my preference. Okay. So if someone says Chinese is only best, Italian is not good, then balaha. Panditaha na pravadanti. Are you clear? Like that, Sankhya, when we can understand it there, apply the same thing here. So far as we are looking at setup, it looks too different. Purpose of that, same. In both the setups, you have to have what? Nirdvandvo. Okay. Na dveshti, na kankshati. With that samabuddhi, if you are there, there is no problem about the setup at all. The setup will never upset you. Otherwise, we are focused too much on the setup and you hold on to the bathtub and throw away the baby. Should have the focus clear. You need some amount of setup for a boundary to play around. But only if you are stuck to the boundaries and the field and everything, you have not enjoyed the game. You are only pointing out the problem where this is correct, this is not right, this is correct. It is like what? Nahi nahi rakshati dugrin karane. Correct? I learnt everything, I know everything. No, this pronunciation is wrong. But the purpose and meaning of it I have lost. Nahi nahi rakshati dugrin karane. Okay, so we have to be clear. This knowledge is needed within a particular setup. After that, the setup should not upset you. The knowledge is given in a particular setup to give up the setup. I use my buddhi to know Vedanta and learn so that I devalue my buddhi. It is an instrument, that's all. Earlier, my buddhi, I learned Vedanta. After learning Vedanta and when you are practicing Vedanta, buddhi is doing its job. Is it clear? That, see, so you maturing means what? You use the setup, go over it and then be there. So I have an helicopter view of the setup and I am very happy within that. That I don't have to bother about the boundary because I am outside the boundary now. The boundary has got nothing. But the boundary is necessary. Why? If I say, oh, nothing is required, then I am doing buddhi vedam in Janayat. That will be a big problem. So for myself, I can break boundaries. But when I am transacting in the world, that dharma boundary, if it is broken, then you are not a jnani. Let us be very clear. Why do you break it? Because of ahankara. If you have broken it due to what? Ahankara. That means you are not a jnani. So a jnani will never break a setup. He will be a part of the setup and try to help people how to evolve out of the setup, mature out of the setup. He will never break the setup. Okay, that ability will come only when you have been a student and then when you get the knowledge and when you practice it and then see when you are learning and someone makes a mistake, you get irritated, right? But when you are teaching and your children make a mistake, do you get irritated? No. You will be compassionate because you know you have already passed through that, you have matured through that. You know it will take some time. Okay, abhi aa raha hai na, iske baad thoda din mein aa jayega. So that maturity is there. So you will not break it. You will say, stop it. No, tell the right one or don't tell. No, you will never do that. But when we are as a student and someone makes a mistake, no, you should not make a mistake, that everything, so you are now focused on setup. So we have to mature out of the setup. Setup is needed. Clear? So, because this is where people get confused, including Arjuna. Is there a setup or is there not a setup? You decide and tell what you want. Setup is there. When? Till you learn, until you mature. After that, for you the setup need not be there. But for transaction and with others, the setup has to be there. Because they are not jnanis. Correct? That is why Adi Shankara in that Gacha, he had to tell. If he says, no, me and you both are one Atma, then he is disturbing the whole setup, because the people who are seeing it are ajnanis. They will never understand what is happening. So he behaved like them. But when the setup has changed, that it is now spiritual, no more dharma, then he clearly gave an answer where others from the dharma perspective are elevated to the spirituality. Correct? So that progress and when to do what is the maturity. We have to learn, and that maturity needs to come. If that maturity doesn't come, then we will continue even with age. At the age of 80 also we will continue to fight with others. No, this is correct, this is wrong, this is correct, this is wrong. यही चलता रहेगा, जिंदगी पूरा निकल जाएगा. ऐसे ही निकले तो 80, 100 में भी वही होने वाला है, अगला जन्म में भी वही होने वाला है. This is correct, this is wrong, this is, ये चलते ही रहेगा. So that is setup related. Clear? Okay. Then he says, once this you have understood, he gives a very clear next shloka. Next two shlokas, he gives a clarity to this. He gives absolutely a very brilliant clarity. He says, Yat sankhye prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyancha yogancha yaf pashyati sa pashyati. Okay, this is exactly first what he told was from an immature person's view of it. See, Sankhya Yogo Pruthak Balaha na Panditaha na Pravadanti. That means immature people, they will tell like this, Panditas will not do it. Like a very colloquial way a person will understand. Now he gives the tatparya behind it. He is giving the philosophy behind it. Because Arjuna can doubt it. Arey, there is so many, two are different, then you are saying both are the same, then why give both? So now he gives, why is he saying such a logic? He is giving a justification to Arjuna, very deep justification spiritually, that why this is looked to be like this, right? Yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tat yogaihi api gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati. This is how the breakup is. It's this way of writing is like how we talk. जिसने वो ऐसा देखा है ना, उसी ने सही देखा है. या पश्यति स पश्यति, मतलब जिसने उसे ऐसा देखा है ना, वही सही देखा है, बाकी लोगों ने सही नहीं देखा है. दैट्स अ वे, इट्स अ बोलने का शैली है. इट्स अ वेरी colloquial way of telling it. He just have to say, this is how you have to see it. No. Whoever sees it like this is only seeing it. That means others are not seeing it the right way. That's all he wants to say. So the second line is ekam sankyam cha yogam cha. Sankyam cha yogam cha, two things. Sankyam cha yogam cha, it is dvandva samasa. Sankhya yogau, one sankyam and one yogam. So two. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati. Ekam is only seeing it properly. Now, If someone says heads means a coin and tails mean a coin, how many coins are there? Yaf pashyati sa pashyati. Now you understood? Yaf pashyati sa pashyati. I told there is one head is one coin, the tail is one coin. Then you joined it and said one side is head and one side is tail, so it is only one coin. Yaf pashyati sa pashyati. Ekam. Are you able? Like that. Yat sankhyai sthanam prapyate. What is sthanam? What do you mean by sthanam? Place. No. In such a situation, gantavya sthanam is sthanam. Destination. Sankhya and yoga are sadhanas. They are lifestyles in that path. So when you say the destination is what, when they refer to Sankhya here. What is Sankhya? Sannyasa. Correct? And what is yoga? Grihastha, karma yoga. Yat Sankhye prapyate sthanam. Kim sthanam prapyate Sankhye? Moksha. Correct? Tadeva yogai api gamyate. Correct? Tat eva yogaha api gamyate. Yoga is not going to go anywhere else. Yoga is also going to reach there. समझ में आया? That means one is a straight path, highway, expressway, tollway. You pay the money, go straight. Other is गाँव से घूम घूम के जाएंगे, बीच में मजा आएगा, वड़ा पाव भी खाओ, सब कुछ है. By the time कुछ गाँव अच्छा लग गया तो आप उधर अटक भी जाओगे. That fear is also there. But when you go through expressway, you cannot stop below 80. और पीछे वाला गाड़ी डैश मार के जाएगा, तो उधर चलते रहने का है. That means the goal can be achieved faster. The goal can be achieved slower, but both are reaching the same destination. Bombay Pune highway through expressway, Bombay Pune highway through old road. Correct? Both are reaching the same place. How many paths are there? You will technically say two paths are there. No. Path is only one. Two ways of going there. That's all. Finally, that if you look at an aerial path, one point to the other point, you are reaching the same. एक ऐसा घूम के जा रहा है, एक सीधा जा रहा है. That's all. Okay, very materialistically you can say, no, this is path 1, this is path 2. ठीक है. We will call it, this is lifestyle 1, this is lifestyle 2. मेरे पास scooter है तो I can't go in expressway. I have to take the other route only. If I got an aeroplane, still I can't go in the expressway. If I have a four-wheeler, I can go in the expressway. So eligibility, my liking, my preferences, which I am attuned to, decides which path I should take. If I take that path, it is good for me. The system doesn't stop you taking the other path, but you will not be comfortable. Over a point of time, the system will throw you. So you have to understand what is both the paths are telling that. Both this particular lifestyle, what is it telling? But for both, eligibility is only one. Nirdvando, okay, na dveshti, na kankshati. So whichever path, yat sankhye prapyate sthanam, tad yogaihi api gamyate. Ekameva sankhyancha yogancha. That is why that beauty of that is telling two words and telling both are one. Kama esha krodha eshaha. Very clearly. Kamaha cha krodha, and afterwards everything in singular. So here also he did the same thing. Ekam word, Sankhyam cha, Yogam cha ekam. Is it clear? Yaha pashyati, sa eva pashyati. Others actually are, who are others? Who are the others? Who are others? In the previous shloka he has told. Balaha. Simple. बच्चे लोग है, childish prank. ये अलग है. This is my toy, this is your toy. They will keep playing. Clear? But one who sees that both of these are reaching the same destination, the time is required differently, the lifestyles are little different. only that person has understood this clearly. That means understand one thing. The question is not about the goal. The question is which path I should take or which lifestyle I should take by which I will attain the goal fast. The problem with most of us is we don't understand what is the goal. So first the goal has got established in the second chapter. Then paths to this goal, various lifestyle. That is how this karma the karma kanda itself is based on that. That it will allow you to navigate through this, by which over a period of time you yourself will say, enough of karma. I don't want to do more of this karma again and again. I have done enough. I have no guilt to stop it. Whatever minimum required, I will do it. Then what should I do? Now what should I do? Have I reached my path, the goal? Answer is no. I know my goal? Yes. I have chosen a particular setup? Yes. Karma kanda means I have chosen the setup of grahastha. After a point of time, it has become, it's a drudgery job. रोज ये करते रहो, क्या है, किसके लिए कर रहे हो? I will give you one very simple example where many people will agree to it. रोज कुकिंग करने का. देखो सबका हंसी एकदम आ रहा है ना. एवरीडे कुक. अरे रोज क्या कुक करने का है 4 सब्जी 5 सब्जी जो मिलेगा उसको ही लेके इधर ये डालो वो डालो. आज क्या करने का? Because know what has happened? There is no more motivation in cooking. Please understand. So when there is no motivation, what is the option? You drop it. That is what it says. You drop it. Then you will say, फिर घर के लिए खाना कौन बनाएगा? That is their problem, not my problem. Then you choose that I am going to invest that time very clearly for me. No, I feel guilty about it. Then do one thing. Continue doing it with Prasada Bhavana and Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Then don't take it as a push. See, when there is no guilt, you will ready to leave it and go. When that guilt is going to come there and you know you have self-imposed that this work is mine. Okay, just to give you all, okay, I am not advocating anything. I am just allowing you to think openly. All the people who feel that they don't want to cook now, enough. I have done all my best cooking, I don't want to cook now. हो गया, वो ये, रोज वो ये, बस. Can't you keep someone to cook at home? Option is available. Financially possible? Very much possible. Then why I don't do it? Because that cooking will not be like what I cook. If that cooking is not going to be like what I cook and I have to be emotionally attached, then emotionally get attached and cook. Then the question of what to cook cannot come. Are you able to get, we can't keep the leg on 2 boats is what he is saying. On one hand, I want karma. On the other hand, I want karma sannyasa. You can't have both. If you are prepared, drop this, go there. No, I am not ready to go there. Then paripurnam be here. Don't even think for a moment that I have to go there. Why? Both of these are going to reach there. You cook or someone else cook, food is going to be there, all are going to eat. That is not going to change. Yaf pashyati sa pashyati, the final end, yat prapyate sthanam is going to be the same. All are going to eat. So it is an example. Don't extend the example and don't misunderstand the example. Because this is an example which every one of us will understand it. Office, I am bored up of going there. ये क्या बोर है ऑफिस में? Every day the same thing. रोज कचरे का जैसा घंटा गाड़ी जैसा हम जाएंगे, ईमेल में कुछ ना कुछ आएगा, करते रहो, यही करते रहो, फिर छोड़ो उसको. नहीं, छोड़ने का तो गट्स नहीं है, फिर अच्छा से करो उसको. You see, being in that setup, you have to be either in it or you have to leave the setup. That is your choice. But you can't be upset because of that setup. The point is that setup is what it is. You see your preference and be in the setup. Or be very bold that I want this setup and let me go there. There I will be fully immersed. No problem. Whichever way is okay, but don't बी इन वन, उसी को कोसते मत रहो। वो शेख चिल्ली का जैसा है, जिस झाड़ पे टहनी पे बैठे हो उसी को काटने का कोशिश कर रहे हो। इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू डू गुड इवन आफ्टर मेनी ईयर्स। मेनी पीपल आर वेटिंग फॉर द डे टू बी रिटायर्ड। चलो यार बस हो गया, छोड़ दो। वो छोड़ने का मन भी नहीं, क्यों? अरे वो पैसा कहाँ से आएगा फिर? इट्स अ रियलिटी, करेक्ट? सो वर्क आउट, आइदर बी इन इट एंड फुल्ली वर्क, और डू द मिनिमम टू एंश्योर दैट वो गाड़ी चलते रहेगा। एटलीस्ट आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन डूइंग समथिंग विच आई वॉन्ट, करेक्ट? If you genuinely want minimum to be done in that setup, do minimum in that, so that goes on. Then your focus has to be the other setup where you are going to actually, you are getting some benefit out of it, correct? But no, I will work completely in that system only, and I will always keep on, because I have no time for anything else. अरे उसको थोड़ा तो कट करो भाई. If karma yoga is not going to get cut, where is time for upasana? Where is going to be time for jnanam? That maturity to shift has to come one day. Either, see, that is why they say when you do it yourself, it is less painful. If someone enforces it on you, it is very painful. Urvarukamiva bandhanat. It should happen very easily by yourself. If someone pushes, what will happen? Take an office example. If you are not performing even at the minimum required level, over a period of time, what will happen? Someone will say, please, thank you. From tomorrow, you don't have to come. That is not urvarukamiva bandhana. That is going to be very painful. Don't go to that level. Then you maintain what is minimum required, but you don't have to spend 12 hours and 15 hours just running for this and running behind a target or something which is given to you. You do what is minimum required. After that, you have 3-4 hours of your own to do what you want. There you are happy. The system will still continue to be. You will be overall better. Okay. So this is an individual choice. We have to own that, and we have to take a decision. And whatever is the outcome, we should be prepared to go with it, because we are doing it for ourselves. And that is why he says these two systems has its own pros and cons. Yoga has its pros and cons, Sankhya has its pros and cons. Correct? Be aware of it. Wherever the setup is conducive, go there. But for you, Grihastha and Kshatriya Dharma is what is conducive. Okay? Now, this yat Sankhye prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam Sankhyancha yogancha yaf pashyati sapashyati. Very simple way. He is giving a clear-cut philosophy behind the earlier shloka. Now he gives, how do we know that he has told this specific to Arjuna? With any product, a warning comes. Normally with the product, when you say do this, do this, do this, do not put your hand when the electric switch is on in this, you will get a shock. There is a warning somewhere. Okay, this can lead to, with many products. Like that in teaching also certain warnings have to be given. Otherwise a person will wrongly understand. The next one is a warning one. Why? The grass is always greener on the other side. When you go to the other side, then you come to know what happens. Every teenager or a youth wants to get married. 10 years after marriage, you ask them, no, that was better. It's simple. Grass is always greener on the other side. So you have to know both the sides. Then you have to make a very, very specific choice and selection of yours. So he is giving the issues which can be on the other side. So think about it. Okay. What he says? Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptum ayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena digacchati. Now what is he saying here? Sanyasaha tu महाबाहो दुःखम आप्तुम अयोगतः योगयुक्तः मुनिः ब्रह्म नचिरेण अधिगच्छति. Okay. How is he now? Again clarifying this part, this pros and cons he is clarifying very clearly to Arjuna. Hey Mahabaho, ayogataha sanyasaha tu dukkham aptumeva. Who is ayogataha? Ineligible. Who is not eligible. Correct? Ayogataha sanyasam aptum. If he takes to sannyasa who is not eligible, what will we get? Dukkham. If you think the grass is greener on the other side and you jump there, उधर जाने के बाद मालूम पड़ेगा क्या प्रॉब्लम है. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Now you tell me, isn't this particular, I will give you the meaning of the second line also. Then you will understand how this is fitting very clear to the Shloka number 2. Very clearly he is telling. This particular one need not have been told here. Correct. What is he telling in the second line? Yoga yuktaha. Yoga yuktaha. Yoga is karma yoga. Karma yoga hi. Yuktaha means? No. Yuj yuktaha. Who is connected to yoga. Which yoga? Karma yoga. Karma yoga equal to Grihastha-ashrama. So one who is in Grihastha-ashrama. Yoga yukta equal to one who is chosen the lifestyle of Grihastha-ashrama. Pravritti marga. Munihi. This word munihi. What is muni? Manana. Mananat muni. Who has understood it very clearly, who has got control over his mind is a muni. Maunena munihi. Two derivations will come. One who doesn't open his mouth. Maunena munihi. Other person is a person who has understood this very clearly and is very much focused in that. That means also who is silent but very clearly knowledgeable about it. Okay. So being in that Grihastha-ashram also, if he is a munihi, what is the prerequisite for munihi? Two shlokas before. Or three shlokas. Third shloka. Nitya sannyasi is a munihi. Nirdvandvo, okay, na dveshti na kankshati, samunihi. Okay, what will happen to that person? Sukham bandhat pramuchyate. What is sukham bandhat pramuchyate? Bandhat pramuchyate. From bandha he will be completely released to sukham, means what? Moksham. Sukham bandhat pramuchyate mokshameva. Munihi muktaha. Are you able to get that? Munihi is a person who is muktaha. Why? He has got this eligibility. And such a person who is nirdvandvaha, na dveshti, na kankshati, sa munihi yoga yuktaha. Even if he is in Grihastha-ashrama, Brahma adhigacchati. What is Brahma adhigacchati? Moksham. How? Nachirena. What is chira? Derivations are beautiful in such this. The moment you see, you'll see it is a negative word, nachirena. What is chira? Means what? Means what? Means what? Chirakala means what? Not always there. It is not Kalatita. Chirakala is not Kalatita. Tell some. Huh? Can't hear you, uncle. For a long period of time, Chira. Extensively long period of time is Chira. Chirakala. Chiranjeevi Bhava means what? Dirghakala Jeevitum Bhava. Not eternal. Chiranjeevi Bhava does not mean eternal. That person will not die at all. No. Chirakala. For a long period of time. It is a subjective term, not an absolute term. If everyone are living for 60, that person will live for 100. That is all. Or maybe even 150. But that doesn't mean 500 years that person will live. No. Chira means extended, longer. Okay. So Chirena means what? With longer. Okay. What is Na Chira? Shorter. Na Chira is short. Na Chirena means what? With shorter. Brahma Adhigacchati. समझ में आ रहा है? Nachirena Adhigacchati is will get moksha fast even in Grihastha Ashrama if you have this. Why is a person going in Sannyasa Ashrama? Faster. The end is the same. One goes faster, other goes slower. He says there is one way you can in this also get it faster if you are a Muni. समझ में आ रहा है? How nicely technically he put that word and just closed it. So understand, he says very simple. Sannyasastu mahabaho dukhamaptum ayogataha. If you feel by going to sannyasa my dukkhas will go, no, you will cling on to more dukkha. Why? You are not prepared for it. Why are you going to sannyasa is the question here. That is the question here, because if that question is clear, I am going to sannyasa because that is my preferred lifestyle to achieve my goal, then surely go. Why did Arjuna want to go to sannyasa? That was not his lifestyle, he was running away from here. So if you run away from here and feel that that side is greener, dukkhamaptum, why? Tvam ayogataha. Tvam ayogataha. You understand what is your weakness and strength. What is your personality? What is your character? What do you want? What is your mindset? What lifestyle works for you? Without that, don't jump there. If you jump there, dukkhamaptum, because you are ayogataha. That is why in sannyasa ashrama, see, known enemy is better than an unknown friend. After brahmacharya ashrama, grihastha ashrama is a known devil. Better. You will say, I don't know about that, but at least I can see hundreds of people in that. तो साथ ही हाथ बढ़ाना, मेरे जैसे डूबा हुआ बहुत लोग हैं तो मैं भी उस पर तैर लूंगा. बट उधर जाएगा तो कौन है साथ में वो भी मालूम नहीं है. Am I ready to be all alone? It's a big problem. That depression is a very big problem, I'm telling you. That setup of grihastha is where you have a channel to release your emotional pressures. The setup of a family and a grihastha ashrama or a society is where your emotional needs and emotional pressures can get dissipated in a dharmic way. Please understand that. That is not there in sannyasa. Because the purpose of that is learn, mature out and get out. No, nothing else. Even if you want to chit chat with someone, that other person has not come for chit chatting with you. In that other sannyasis who are there, for them there is no day and night. That is why karma has also been out of them. Na karmana. Why? You focus only for this. We grihasthas are there to take care of your needs. You focus only on this. And once you have attained what you have to attain, I know it is you will help all of us. That is why we are. That means no income tax, no sales tax, no tax, nothing. तुमको खाना फ्री, रहना फ्री, तुम्हारा लंगोटी भी हम लाके देंगे. आप चिंता मत करो उसका. Your focus is only to learn. Correct? That is not going to be there with Arjuna. Arjuna उधर जाएगा तो क्या होगा? Already we told na, he will start association of sannyasis. Let me fight for their rights. Because he is a Kshatriya, born Kshatriya, completely that is in his blood. Dukkham aptum ayogataha, be careful. Better than that is what? Use this setup to purify yourself so that you become nirdvandva, na dveshti, na kankshati, become a mauni, achirena, nachirena, brahma adhigacchati. Does it fit properly now? That is why this shloka should be connected to third shloka now. Otherwise there is no logic for why specially telling that no. If both are there, this is better. Krishna cannot be partial. That means this is not for sannyasi, should not read this. Bhagavad Gita only for grihastha. Sannyasi should not read. No. So he is this from these shlokas, he is very specifically telling this is contextual need for Arjuna. Now you tell me, if an acharya, if a sannyasi is teaching to his shishyas Bhagavad Gita, will he tell the same thing? What will he say? Yes, if you were in Grihastha, this is correct. For all the Grihastha, this is correct. But for you, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, Upanishad is there. Complete this fast, come there. Clear? Here they will emphasize more on Nirdvando, Nadveshti, Nakangshati, become a Mauni. Here also that is required. Don't get depressed. Ayogyata is there, forget it. You have already come here, फंस गया है अभी, इधर से divorce नहीं है. That is one thing. In sannyasa ashrama you can't come back. In grihastha ashrama you can do divorce. Sannyasa ashrama, that is also not there. People come, but as per the vidhi there is nothing. A person goes to sannyasa, cannot come back to grihastha. No, cannot. It's a path of no return. Very clear. You can't say I'll go there, 1-2 साल देखूंगा, अच्छा नहीं लगा तो वापस मेरा घर रखना. Please, everything, let the setup be there. One day I will tell, okay, now I am permanent sannyasi. Right now, temporary sannyasi. Because there, everything, your identity has changed. Name has changed. Right from name, everything is changed. You are a Swami there, you are a Ananda there, you are a Saraswati there. That is your surname. You are connected with everything now. Then there is no one family, one setup, one society, nothing of that sort. So, dukkham aptum ayogataha. Very clear. Now, how nicely he is taking. See, that is why this first 4-5 chapters are very clearly psychologically how to build a person. It's a very good psychotherapy for a person. If that person, see, at the time of distress, you should not teach Bhagavad Gita. If a person has a knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, at the time of distress, the person knows what to do. At the time of distress, you can't teach because the mind is blinded. But if this is already there, the person knows, this situation correct. So I better, this is going to happen, fine. But for a person who doesn't have this, will become quite distressed, will get stressed in that, will get into depression. So many things happen. Okay, this is very clearly, The whole Bhagavad Gita, for that, forget it, even moksham is related to mind and nothing else. Not related to buddhi also, only mind. Nirdvando nitya sattvastaha niryogakshema atmavan. There. Nirdvando na dveshti na kankshati. Here. All the same thing they will keep on telling. Same hammer. Full 5th chapter will be the same hammering how that mind should be there. Wherever you are there, that mind should be like that. Okay, we will see that. So, yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Okay. Till this shloka number 6, he has been justifying what are the paths, who should take what path, where both of them will go and meet as a final destination, the two lifestyle. When I say paths, it means lifestyles here. Where will it go and meet as a destination? Which is faster, which is easier, for whom what is eligible, for whom what is not eligible. Look at the pros, cons, everything. But he never gave a sadhana for this. How to become a Muni. What it says, you become a Muni. For a Muni, this or that doesn't matter. If you are a Nitya Sannyasi, this or that doesn't matter. How to become that? You all are all intelligent, you all will very nicely tell. Do Karma Yoga, get Jnana Yogyata, go to Jnanam, Shravana Manana Nididhyasam, then become Muni. But Arjuna doesn't know that, because Krishna has not told this before. Correct? We saw the last and now we have come to the first. Bhagavad Gita summary ho gaya hai, bahut sara Tattva-bodha ka summary ho gaya hai. So we are aware what is the end. Now he gives very clearly the sadhanas what needs to be done. So what he says, yoga yuktaha vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma. One word. Sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvan api na lipyate. Okay. Now, yoga yuktaha vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma saha kurvan api karma phalam na lipyate. Correct? Later on he will say Padma Patra Ivambhasa, it will come. Correct? After some place. 10th one. Correct na? Lipyate nasa papena Padma Patram Ivambhasa. Same thing. It's all telling the same thing in different words again and again. So how much the whole chapter, if it is only like bolte na brainwash, thorough brainwash he is trying to do. Why? Logical brainwash, no emotional brainwash. Not that jihad type of a brainwash. Tum ye karega to ye milega. No. Logically you think, if this happens, will not you get this? If this happens, will not. Then that person gets convinced that no, this is what I need to do. Because he doesn't want Arjuna to come out and say, should I fight or should I run away? बस इसके साथ अभी हो गया. Prathama Shatkam is going to get over. He is aware of it. Correct? In Madhyama Shatka, again, I will run away बोलेगा तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा इसको. तो पहला ये वो बोलते हैं ना, पहला वो गंडा बांध दो, उसको परमानेंट बिठा दो. अभी इधर से भागने वाला नहीं है. वैसा वो इन दीज चैप्टर्स उसको फाइनली बिठा देगा कि भाई दिस टॉपिक शुड नॉट कम आउट अगेन, दैट आई विल रन अवे. Why you should not run away and what you should do here is going to be from 7th chapter. Okay, but very clearly, this particular chapter, it's a clean brainwash he is doing. Okay, so what he is now telling is, yoga yuktaha vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha. These two have to go together. Yoga yuktaha first, vishuddhatma second, vijitatma jitendriyaha third. Fourth is sarvabhutatma bhutatma. If these four sadhanas are done and you have achieved the result, then yaha kurvan api na lipyate, which means the whole package of Vedanta has come in this shloka. Karma yoga, upasana yoga, jnana yoga, moksha, shravana manana nididhyasana, moksha and moksha phalam, that I have no punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Completely in this one shloka, very beautifully packed. One word is one. Yoga yuktaha. First you all give that equations. What is what now? Yoga yuktaha. Karma yoga. Okay. Vishuddhatma. What do you mean by that? Vishuddhatma. Means what? What is pure Atma means what?
Nishthalata.
Huh?
Nishthalata.
No. Then next and all will not come. Means what? What is the outcome of that? Chitta Shuddhi's outcome is not Jnanam. What Chitta Shuddhi will give a very, how do you know Chitta Shuddhi has happened? Let me ask a question other way around. How do you know Chitta Shuddhi has happened? Shadripu, don't tell me. How do you know? Suppose I have to evaluate myself. Every day I am doing this. Have I progressed or not? How will you know? Okay, I have progressed to a great extent. Now I think I should go to the next class. How do you know? How?
If I am doing Nishkama Karma.
So what comes in me as an innate quality? Exactly. Vairagya. Once Vairagya starts coming, you know it has started fructifying now. Vairagya means not running away. Maturedly, doesn't matter. ये भी है, मुझे कुछ फर्क नहीं गिर रहा है उससे. That is Vairagya. So, Vishuddhatma is what? Vairagya. Yoga Yukta is what? Karma Yoga. When you do Karma Yoga, what happens? Vishuddhatma Vairagyam Paripurnatva Vairagyam. Then what happens? Don't go with the word what is there. No guru is going to come here. Vijitatma. Vijitatma jitendriyaha. Is what? Winning over senses equal to which word here? Which word here? Jitendriya. Okay. What is Vijitatma? You be very crisp and analytical when you look at words. You will get your answer very clearly.
So the one who gets Vijay over is Atma.
No, I can't hear you clearly.
So the one who gets Vijay over is Atma. Because centrally don't.
One who gets Vijaya over Atma. What is Atma?
Oneself.
Huh?
His own self.
Own self. How can you win over your own self?
Who has control over himself?
Self.
Yeah.
You told something.
My control over himself.
What is that self here?
Atma.
What is that? Can you control Atma? Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati marutaha, achedyo yamadahyo yamakled. Atma is, no one can even imagine something to be done with it, right? Then what does Atma mean here? The word Atma doesn't mean Atma here. Atma means something else here. Buddhi, control over buddhi. Okay. Yoga yuktaha, control over what? Start one by one now. Yoga yuktaha, control over what? What is yoga yuktaha? What is karma yoga? What is karma yoga? Correct. Proper action means control over what? If I have to do proper action, suppose I sit and say I am going to teach you Vedanta and I start doing like this. Is it proper action? So control over what? Only mind. Of course. Karmendriya, Jnanendriya, Manas. For Karma Yoga you need all this. Okay. Where is the focus here? Outside or inside?
Inside. Outside.
Karma Yoga is outside. Setup. Why do you do Karma Yoga? Then better than that, don't do anything, na? If it is inside. Are you able to get that? Don't do anything at all, na? If it is inside, don't do anything outside. Karma Yoga is always doing outside. Why? My mind is going outward. My senses are going outward. Karmendriyas are going outward. Jnanendriyas are going outward. The Vishayas are outside. The Dharma is related to outside. Correct? So with that framework, I get control of me into the setup. What is Karma Yoga? I control myself into the setup. Now this control exactly is which place? Control over me, I have told now. Now me means what? First is mind. Why? Why we are giving mind as a preference in this particular thing? What is the other option? Okay, let me ask the question differently. I want you all to think properly. What is the other option if I don't do Karma Yoga? What is Karma Yoga? Correct. What is the other option if I don't do Karma Yoga? Kamya Karma. Correct. Am I working with the setup in Kamya Karma? Am I using Karmendriya, Jnanendriya, Buddhi, Manas, Sharira, Vak? Correct? Then what is the difference between Nishkama Karma and Sakama Karma? The word itself says, na? No, the word itself says Nishkama Sakama. What is Kama? Where is it sitting? Now you understand what have you controlled here. From Sakama to Nishkama when I go, what did I control? My mind. My mind, in that what did I control? Desire of what I control now? Did I stop it completely? I channelized. I channelize. This is exactly what we have to understand. The moment you say I stopped it, then even your karma yoga cannot happen. Huh? The mind has certain desires. That desires can be me the exclusive beneficiary of the action, society as at large along with me as a beneficiary, society only as the beneficiary. Correct? So I move from me as the single and sole beneficiary to maximum society as the beneficiary. That is a desire in my mind, which I am channelizing my desire through the setup karma. Correct? So what did I control? My external mind. Is it clear? Okay. So yoga yuktaha is karma yoga yuktaha, means that externally outgoing mind and senses, my desires which are flowing through this mind and this senses, because vasanas are sitting inside, ragadvesha is sitting inside, they are prompting the mind to do certain things, this mind is pushing the senses to do certain things, the senses are looking specific in the setup what is available to satisfy it. When I want to see a movie, I don't enter a restaurant, I go to a theater. Very clear. Because the need and the urge to see a movie is in the mind. That mind desire is prompting it, which is now coming through my karmendriya to see where the theater is there and to buy a ticket for it or whatever. See, you will channelize it there. So the control needs to be at the start where the desire is going to start coming out from the mind. So that externally outgoing mind I start controlling. And when I control it and I channelize it perfectly for maximum beneficiaries of others, forgetting my own, then I am a karma yogi. Does it make sense? Is it clear? Yeah. Now, once this starts getting controlled, next step is, what is the next step? Vishuddhatma. What will happen? What will happen that if I start doing more and more of that, what will happen? What did I control? What did I control in the mind? The desire which needs to go out to get satisfied. I channelized it. If I keep doing that, what happens to these desires? Will it? How will it exhaust? This is where Bhagavad Gita will tell, don't put ghee into the fire and see that it will douch. You can never do that. Never you can do that. Okay? Nahi shamyena. It will never be, even someone thinks that by doing it I will exhaust. No, it's a very temporary phenomenon, never try that. Then what did I do? These desires, there were many, I channelized few within that setup to do that, and next stage of that is going to be Vairagya. What is Vairagya? What is this detachment? These are words. Now connected to what exactly is happening at a mental level. Devalue. Now I start devaluing that desire also. First I valued the desire and channelized it. Before that I valued my desires. Then I valued those desires which can be socially channelized. Then I started devaluing that desire also. I devalued all the desire, my desire and even social desires. Possible? I can see question marks. But it has to come out in the mouth as question, then only the questions will be answered. I devalued all the desires except one desire, moksha. That is a desire which is going to be there. Huh? Because if you say that the goal is also now not there, that will happen only if suppose even that you give up, then you are mukta. Then you don't need anything. Correct. You have reached the destination. But let's assume that you have not reached there. You are only gone to the second milestone now, which is Vairagya. Can you have a situation where you are devaluing all the desires as much as possible? Devalue it. Na dveshti na kankshati. Na dveshti na kankshati. I am not wanting it also. Neither when I see someone having it, my heart burns. Na kankshati है, न द्वेष्टि. मेरा नहीं हुआ लेकिन उसका हो गया, अरे ठीक है, मुझे नहीं मिला ठीक है लेकिन उसको मिला. That is why both are coming together. They are joining. See, it is two sides of the coin. Huh? We can very easily see one side of the coin and keep working, but you will forget that the other side of the coin is filling up with lot of filth unknowingly. So they allow you to see the other side कि भाई अपना तो ठीक है सब छोड़ दिया, लेकिन दूसरे का कुछ भी हुआ, their desires are getting fulfilled, your heartburn should not be there. That is vairagya. Otherwise you are sympathizing yourself for choosing this particular path. Then there is nothing called cheat day. You know, there is a new concept called cheat day. There is nothing called cheat day. A moment of cheating is 100% cheating now. You will fall, dhar karke it will fall. In such thing there is nothing called cheat, because you progressively keep going up. If you fall down, you will suddenly fall down. You will not progressively fall. Viveka Chudamani, he says, the day Jnani also gets hooked on to desire, he will fall as though you put marbles onto a staircase. The way it will fall and come down, like that he will fall. That is why Devi Mahatmyam also says, Jnaninam api chetamsi Devi Bhagavati hisa balad akrishya mohaya mahamaya prayachati. Balat akrishya mohaya mahamaya, it is just pulling me into these desires. Hey Devi, you protect me. I should not get slipped into this mahamaya akarshana. How much ever I devalue, that other object has an ability to pull my baladiva niyojitaha. He says, no, it's exactly like that. There are so many days you would have decided, I will not do something, and then that end of the day you will say, I did only that today. Correct? So many days it has happened. Why? Balad akrishya. Even if I have made a resolution, I have fooled myself at the end of the day without knowing every moment that I am fooling myself. At the end of the day, I realize, oh my God, what a fool I am. I fooled myself. Then we say, it is better not to take such a resolution. ये तो होने वाला चीज नहीं, छोड़ दो भाई. That's how we give up resolution. Why? Whenever it starts pulling, I am not sensitive to it. So here he says, now see the other side also. So, yoga yuktaha, in vishuddhatma, I devalue the senses. No problem. What if other people are getting satisfied by their desires, which is one of your desire? I should not have a problem. Can you be in such a state? Is it possible? Logically, is it possible? After this, there is a comma. Still working in the setup. Otherwise what? I am going to simply sit. So what happens at that time? two paths come. Should I continue working in the setup, or should I just withdraw myself from the setup? Right? It is very difficult to continue to work on that setup. If you go into the setup, it is like that moss. पाँव रखा तो फिसलते जाएगा, उससे मैं अलग रहूं. That means when vairagya starts and it starts increasing, what will stop? If karma stops, what should happen next? Upasana has to start. Why?
Because the mind should be channelized.
Mind is not dead.
And you have to give it some work.
Otherwise, you will sit and you will keep on imagining things now. बोलते ना, you sit, close your eyes, and you can dream of whatever you want which you cannot achieve by actually doing. That is worst. Correct? That is worst. So the moment you are getting into this withdrawal from the setup and the mind is saying that enough of that, immediately channelize that mind to do something next. What is that? Into Upasana. And that is what will come in the next chapter. How properly is taking us. Just see, 5th chapter is going to end, 6th chapter hai. And if you do that, what happens? Vijitatma jitendriyaha. If mind gets trained with chitta vishalata, chitta ekagrata, chitta naishchalyata, automatically jitendriyaha. Jitendriyaha is not the person who has got vairagya. Think, because no one can get into anyone's mind to understand what is a thought, even though physically that person is sitting and closing the eyes. Jitendriya is not a person who is simply closing the eyes, because that person can fantasize whatever that person wants. No one can stop it. There is no law, there is no Bhagavan, there is no Ishvara who can even stop it. That means hooking on. If karma yoga is difficult, upasana is 1,000 times difficult. It will keep on jumping. Back to like a swapna, it will keep, the next karma will only be your thought. What I do next. Many a times we close our eyes. Why? We are actually planning for what to do after that. In the name of upasana. Yes. Why? I get a quality time to plan. Otherwise, between all this, I can't plan. तो ठीक है, मैं ध्यान करके क्या कर रहा हूँ? एटलीस्ट आज का प्लानिंग, नहीं तो ये साल का प्लानिंग, नहीं तो अगला 10 साल का प्लानिंग, नहीं तो बच्चे का प्लानिंग. Something or the other planning is going on. And we fool ourselves and others. Again, so we have to come to a maturity that we don't want these desires to come. Then only when you close the eyes, that desires will not upsurge in your mind. Otherwise, you close your eyes, the desire is not in the body, the desire is in the mind, and it continues to come out again. So never close your eyes till you are able to first control it on the setup. It's a very, very important aspect. कितना जल्दी होएगा? उतना जल्दी मेहनत करो, उतना जल्दी हो जाएगा. If I am going to do karma yoga half an hour in, no, I have decided I will do half an hour karma yoga in a week. More than that I can't do it. Then you please continue for at least 1,000 janmas, you will get something. Why? That half an hour of karma yoga is also going to be how you want to satisfy in the name of karma yoga your desire. Nothing else it will be. But if karma yoga starts becoming a part of what you want, it's just on, then vairagya will start coming fast. Okay. Once vairagya comes, A level of vairagya is there, we ourselves know. There are so many times you start feeling that same friends, same setup, same situation where you used to enjoy going, now you say, bas ho gaya, mujhe nahi kiya. Others will say, nahi, come here, you don't remember, अरे तुम इतना बढ़िया था, you were the great star at that time. हाँ ठीक है यार. Then you will start fooling them also, telling मेरे को दूसरा काम है, ये है, वो है. Why? You are switched off mentally, not going there. Vairagya has come. अरे we are going to do this. अरे हाँ ठीक है यार, I am happy, you all are going to do. Now I am very happy about it. There are many such small situations where the small vairagyams come. That is how hold on to that vairagyam and be there. At that time, you never sit and crib. See, they are all enjoying here and I am sitting here. It will never come. In that situation, if you close the eyes also, that setup will never come. Some other setup will come, but that setup will not come. So we have to get that setup related, outward mind going related vairagya. Then when you close, that inner world, that desires will not trouble. Till that, never keep the mind calm and let me see what my mind does. It is a monkey which will fool you. Then what to do? I have to always keep doing karma and not even sit and close my eyes? No. At that time, do japa. Give it a job so that it is focused on that job. If you keep it empty, it will run to your desire. The moment you give it a job, it will fix on that. Be on that job. It will jump out, bring it back to the job. That is easier. So which means that when I am doing karma outside, I can still get mind getting focused internally little by little. Very little. 5 minutes in a day, 10 minutes in a day, half an hour in a day, where I slowly start training that mind to be focused, and at that time my sensitivity can grow very high. Please understand this. We do lot of things outside, but we are not sensitive to very small things which are happening. But this comes with a lot of sadhana, where when you practice, sensitivity of the mind should come. Because in jnanam, sensitivity is highly needed. Otherwise you will not catch that point. Okay, so vijitatma jitendriyaha, when you say indriya jitaha, is dhamma. Vijitatma is, yes madam, Shraddha madam, Vijitatma is, what is Atma now? Vijitatma? No, if that is Dhamma, Jitendriya, what is Vijitatma? Shama, mental control. So mental control and sense control. Vijitatma Jitendriya is Shama Dhamma. Is it clear now? How will you get Shama Dhamma? Not by Karma Yoga, not by Vairagya, only by sadhana, upasanas. Okay, on dhyana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, samuchchaya. 3 together only you will get that. Still we have not gone to jnanama. So karma yoga equal to yoga yuktaha. Then vishuddhatma, vijitatma, jitendriyaha. Yoga yuktaha, setup dependent. Vishuddhatma, setup independent. Vijitatma jitendriyaha, internal setup independent. समझ में आ रहा है अभी? If you decide I will not have a thought, you can be I don't have a thought. If I decide I want to have this, because then I know how to control that instrument called my mind. That ability is what he is talking here. Okay, and nothing is 100, 0. It is always a moving growth, relative growth you keep on seeing. And slowly there will be a lot of gray area. That gray areas will start changing to black and white. Slowly, slowly, slowly with practice. Like when you do yoga, you have to practice it, and then after a point of time you say, oh, now I perfected it. Day one, this becomes an objective. But when you have achieved it, that is no more an objective. You are a part of it that time. Like that, initially, not at all possible. Slowly, slowly, slowly with sadhana, that increases. Is it clear? How he is logically moving. Now, after that, he goes to Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. So, after Karma Upasana Yoga Anantaram, the next sadhana is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, which is related to Jnana Sadhana, which is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Three put together is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, which becomes Jnana Nishtha. See the ability of Vyasacharya to put everything in one line. Think the whole of Vedanta, and after that the phalam also. One who becomes Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. The moment you say Bhutatma, okay, that means you have already achieved it. Vishuddhatma, you have already achieved it. How will you achieve? Only when you follow that path, when you put some effort, then you achieve it. So which means Yoga Yuktaha, achieved Karma Yoga. Then Vishuddhatma, achieved Vairagya. Then Vijitatma Jitendriyaha, achieved complete Mana Nischalata. Okay. And all the required thing for Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, that making that instrument ready. Then Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, which is Shravana Manana Nididhyasana in presence of the Guru and getting. So as much big that word is, that much more tough and bigger it is. Yoga Yuktaha, easy. Vishuddhatma, tougher. Vijitatma Jitendriya, still tougher. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma is toughest. कितना सोच के वो लिखा रहेगा ना, that Vyasacharya's thought. You start enjoying the way they write also. They could have used some other word, but to get it into that, if a person completes it like this, then what happens? And what is not written in that? And what is not written in that is, after that there is a comma. He has not written something. He has straight away told one part. Kurvannapi na lipyate. Kurvan, kim kurvan? Kim na lipyate? Kim kurvan? Kim kurvan? What he is doing? Kurvan api na lipyate means what? Kurvan api na lipyate. Even if he does, will not get stuck. That is the meaning. Even if he does not do what? Karma. Where? In the setup. Don't forget that. So he's back to the setup now. He was in the setup, sabbatical, prepared, back to the setup. Then earlier lipyate, now na lipyate. So he comes inside, learns how to wear a raincoat, take an umbrella, apply oil, and then goes out and plays kusti. कितना भी लोग हाथ मारने दो, उसका हाथ स्लिप करके जाएगा, इसको कुछ नहीं होएगा. So he knows how to nicely cut the jackfruit without getting stuck to it. That training he has slowly got by doing this. And if that happens, if you are expert in that, then you are always happy. You are not stuck anywhere. If you are always happy, that state of happiness is called moksha. Correct? Now tell me, this statement is referring to which instrument of yours? all across. This training or that sadhana is training which instrument of yours in this shloka? Only the mind. The grossest mind to the semi-grosser, to the subtle, to the subtlest, then put the right knowledge so that that mind will not move out of that, and then you leave it out also. You don't have to worry. वो देखो वो गाय को ना आप कितना भी दूर छोड़ो, शाम को भाग के वापस घर पे ही आएगी. This person's mind is like that. किधर भी कुछ भी करने दो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. ओम अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. ओवर. समझ में आ रहा है? Very clear. That one shloka, very beautifully taken, that how the mind from a gross mind is made the subtlest mind, and that is the only path, and that path you have to follow in grihasthashrama or in sannyasashrama. Doesn't matter. If you follow this and culture this mind from gross mind to subtle mind, then you are nitya sannyasi. Very clear. What is the benefit? Na shochati, na kankshati. Okay. Na lipyate papena, padmapatra ivambasa. Whichever you want, take second chapter, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha, all that is going to be the same. Language is different, reference is exactly the same. Okay. Sitati kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan is what? Vishuddhatma. Think. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmani eva atmana tushtaha sarva bhutatma bhutatma saha sthita prajnas tatochyati. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. Okay. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. Sukheshu vigataspriha. Vishuddhatma. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodaha, sthitadi muniri. All related to mind. Yes, sarvatra anabhisnehaha. In the setup. Sarvatra anabhisnehaha. Tattat prapya shubham cha ashubham. Na abhinandanti, na dveshti, tasya prajna pratishtita. See, second chapter is so easy. So easy. I am just telling you second chapter. That time everything was a big confusion. That is the beauty of it. Now everything is being written here. Nothing is being written here. Earlier it was all being written here. Nothing was going here. When that mind is alert, it is writing everything here. You don't have to write it down. Okay. Sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvan api na lipyate. And if kurvan api na lipyate, then what is the state? What is that state? Moksha. When do you feel you're in moksha? When do you feel you're in moksha? When you are? When are you happy? When you are? When you are complete. Correct? When that Purnatvam is there, then what do you say? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. धन्यवादः. धन्यवादः.